What is going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, and today joining me is Mr. Zac Miller ahead of his fight on UKFC against Nathan Wyatt. Ahead of that fight, how are you feeling for it?
Yeah, mate, good. Looking forward to it. Good opponent, good show.
100%. And as well with this fight, Nathan Wyatt obviously unfortunately lost his last fight, but he'd been on a bit of a good win streak as well. Yourself in a similar position in terms of the names that you've faced in UKFC. So in terms of looking at this fight, where do you sort of feel this puts you in terms of those titles in UKFC? Obviously, they like to give it to the guys that compete regularly on the show. So where do you sort of see this fight fitting in with the show?
Yeah, I think either of us win this, I think we're in line for a title shot, to be honest. Two good opponents, obviously. We both got quite a lot of fights under our belt. Both got some finishes. So I think whoever wins this could be fighting for a belt in December.
Yeah, and as well, in terms of sort of training at the gym and then having the show as well and being able to get you those fights that are going to help you improve, what has that sort of done for you as an amateur to sort of know that you are going to be able to fight regularly and you are going to be able to get those opponents that are going to be a good test for you as well?
Yes, it's bang on there. UKFC is a mint show. I've had all my fights but one on it. And obviously knowing my coach who runs it as well, obviously it's quite good. Yes, I do need to fight on other shows as well, though, because I don't want to get comfortable fighting on the same one. But it's just that good of a show, to be honest. It's just good.
Yeah, and as well, obviously, the gym you're training out of, there's a lot of guys that are really successful at the moment, especially on the amateur circuit, or some are starting to go pro as well. In terms of training out of a gym like that, what does that sort of do for yourself as a fighter? And as mentioned before, that sort of improvements as well that you are able to make there.
Yeah, the bodies on the mat at Northwest Fight Academy is unreal. There's obviously Corey Fry, Zach Fry, Jordan Chester, Chris Morris, young Alex, who's coming on the scene as well, Charlie Flanagan. The names are endless, mate. Like some proper good talent, different body types, different types of styles. It's just a very, very good gym to be at, especially prepping for fights.
And then being in that gym as well with those sort of names and seeing what they're doing every day, is it really a big help in terms of staying motivated as well? Since it seems that year round the gym is pretty much competing non-stop, and it seems normally everyone's sort of got a fight booked or the training and ready to take a short notice fight.
Yeah, definitely. And then I actually don't really want to go. You go just for the banter because the banter's unreal. And then when you're there, obviously you have a laugh. You put the work in anyway, so it's hard not to go. It's just a very, very good gym to be at. Yeah, and everyone's obviously motivated. Everyone's motivated. We've got a group chat. Everyone's always putting motivational stuff in. Obviously, I was motivated the other week. Sophie won a tournament on Four Nations, and on the same weekend, people were competing at a grappling competition, winning golds and stuff. So yeah, everyone motivates each other.
Yeah, and obviously they do say that this is sort of one of those really lonely spots, but when you do have a team behind you like that as well, do you feel as though the gym that obviously Northwest Fight Academy, do you feel as though it's one of those gyms that it's more than a gym to the people that are there? And what does that sort of gym mean to you as a fighter?
Yeah, it's a family, it's a brotherhood. I don't think it's a lonely sport. The only time you're lonely is when the cage door shuts on the night. You are in there on your own then, but all the months leading up to it, everyone's got each other's backs. It's like I say, it's a very good gym to be at. It's a family.
Yeah, and as well, in terms of sort of the uptake in the sport and the more people that are sort of getting into MMA and seeing more people in the gym, in terms of sort of looking at the growth of the sport, especially on the amateur scene and being a part of that as well, having now 7 amateur fights, to look at what's ahead and to see sort of the future and all these different tournaments, what's that like for you to sort of see those and see what you are able to potentially do in the future?
Yeah, there's options. There's loads of options. It's very good at the minute. Like MMA is big, very big at the minute. It's growing, forever growing. There's a lot of shows, a lot of new fighters, a lot of old fighters. Like people turning pro, so like it's opening stuff up for other people. Like I say, it's just booming at the minute. It's a good sport to be in.
And then as well, in terms of obviously mentioned people going pro, obviously still pretty early on in the amateur career, but what do you sort of see as your goals for your amateur career before you do eventually make that sort of pro turn?
I've not actually been doing it that long, really. Like I work full time. This is just for fun for me at the minute. But for me to turn pro, I definitely need a lot more experience, and I definitely want a couple of titles to like prove to myself I can do it. I know I can. It's just that's something I'd want and need before I did make that jump to pro.
And then as well, obviously looking at this fight against Nathan Wyatt, in terms of what you feel as though he will bring to the Cajun fight, if you have had the chance to go and watch him, what do you sort of feel like this fight could play out a little bit?
I don't think he'll want to stand with me. I think he'll be shooting. But with the gym I'm at the minute, Northwest Fight Academy, there's some very, very good grapplers, and I feel my grappling's come on a long way since moving here. So I don't think that would be the smartest plan for him either, to be honest. Like, I've got 4 submissions on my record. So yeah, but I don't think he'll want to stand.
Yeah, when you are able to sort of be comfortable, whether it's on the feet and on the ground as well, and being an amateur, obviously each fight sort of adding a lot of new things to what you are able to do as a fighter. Do you feel as though it fills you with confidence going into this fight, knowing you are going to be pretty much comfortable with wherever this fight could potentially go?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I'd say it's only been the last 2 fights I've actually felt comfortable. Because prior to that, like, I was a bit shaky about my wrestling, my grappling. But now I've been in them situations, and I've proved to myself I can do it. Like, yeah, it's a lot better for me. I feel very confident going into fights now.
Yeah, and as well, in terms of sort of, you've had wins in your amateur career and there's been losses as well, but to also know that you can overcome those losses and then as well keep winning in terms of bouncing back or just building up a win streak as well, does that sort of also build confidence in terms of the mental fortitude as well, to know that regardless of the result of the last one, you are able to keep moving and keep progressing as well?
100%, mate. And another big one that I was always playing it back in my mind is my fitness going into fights. But a couple of fights ago, I went 5 rounds, 5 hard rounds as well. So I know now I can do it. So three rounds now is nothing.
Yeah, and then just one of the final few things for myself is, in terms of sort of what you are looking to do this year, what does the sort of rest of this year? I know you mentioned you're looking towards potentially a title shot at the end of the year, but if you could plan out the ideal rest of 2023 for yourself, what would that look like a little bit?
TKO Nathan Wyatt, round 2, September 16th on UKFC, and then fight for the title in December and get a nice good finish in December, and get that UKFC featherweight title, which I want.
100%. And then just a final thing for myself is, in terms of what people can expect to see come September 16th, what does that look like a little bit?
Fireworks. Every time I fight, it's fireworks. Everyone knows that. So yeah, from start to finish, I'll be going for him.
100%. Well, that is everything from myself. Really appreciate your time today. If you'd like to take a chance, shout your sponsors, things like that, obviously feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, so Beach Life, I want to say thank you to them. They've been sponsoring me for a long time now. I forgot them. I don't.
No problem. If you let me know who they are, I'll be sure to put them in the description as well and put them in the video. No problem.
Yeah, mate. I've got them up now with you. I'd like to shout out Danny for sponsoring me for as long as she has. Jordan Dubai, obviously, sponsoring me each time. And then, like I said, Beach Life. But I am looking for more sponsors. So if you want to sponsor me, jump on that.
But no, that's everything from myself. I do really appreciate your time today. September 16th, UKFC is back. Always a show to watch. And obviously, Zac Miller's fight, one of the ones, the highlight fights at the moment, definitely to watch as well. So thank you very much for your time today. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.